visit from Melody set off a tempest of emotion in Marcus, a maelstrom of joy and yearning that played him like a violin, a bittersweet reminder of what he longed for. He stood ever the gallant provider, his hands open with gifts and aid, his ears attuned to the rhythm of her tales, all the while oblivious to the deceptive dance that twirled around him. As the year mark of their relationship approached, Melody's grip on Marcus's life tightened. She had gradually begun to spend more and more time at his farmhouse, often staying over for most of the week. While she hadn't officially moved in, her presence was a constant fixture in Marcus's life. The lines between her needs and his desires had become increasingly blurred, with Melody expertly manipulating Marcus into fulfilling her every whim. His friends and neighbours would shake their heads in disbelief, wondering how someone as intelligent and capable as Marcus could be so thoroughly enthralled by Melody's charms. They couldn't believe that he left his ex Sophia for this young girl. But despite their concerns, Marcus remained smitten, utterly devoted to the young woman who had captured his heart. The murmurs of the town grew louder, a chorus of disbelief at the sight of a man like Marcus, sharp as a cutlass, strong as the Blue Mountain, caught in the delicate snare of a girl half his age. They remembered Sophia, the steadfast flame he had extinguished for a flicker of youth in Melody. Yet Marcus, ensconced in his devotion, was deaf to their doubts, his gaze fixed on the young siren who had commandeered his heart. Melody knew all about the gossip, the side-eyes, and the hushed tones whenever she walked by. Marcus, he was clueless, caught up in their whirlwind romance. So when he finally brought up the rumours, with a hint of hurt in his eyes, Melody played it cool. "They're just bad mind and jealous," she said, shrugging off the gossip as nothing but bad mind against their love. And Marcus, bless his heart, he bought every word, convinced they were living a love story that had the whole town green with envy. Marcus ambled towards his home, a playful twinkle lighting up his gaze. He'd planned a surprise day off, envisioning a quiet day wrapped up in Melody's company, but as he approached, the thumping bass of music disrupted the stillness of the afternoon. His sanctuary of solitude was alive with an unfamiliar beat. Hand on the doorknob, the sound of laughter spilled out. A chill ran down his spine. He stepped back, circling to the side of the house where the window stood. He peered towards the drawn curtains, his heart pounding a rhythm to match the music's tempo. The laughter echoed in his ears, a haunting melody that threatened the harmony of his world. Marcus paused, his mind a whirlwind of confusion and hurt. He doubled back to the front, his hand hesitating on the doorknob. Pushing it open, the scene inside struck him like a gut punch. This was his home, his safe haven, now tainted. The urge to bolt was overwhelming, but his feet were planted. This was his ground.
"But yet, Melody?"
His voice came out, low and edged with a storm of emotions barely held in check. The words hung in the air, heavy with the weight of betrayal. The air charged with unspoken truths. Marcus caught the tail end of those shifty looks between Melody's friends, looks that screamed the things he'd been denying all along. There she was, perched on some dude's knee like it was her personal throne. But the second Marcus stepped in, Melody shot up, quick as if she'd been scorched, and the vibe in the room flipped like a switch had been flicked. Drama hung heavy, a cloud about to burst. Melody's eyes, wide as the full moon on a clear Caribbean night, mirrored the shock that rippled through her. "Marcus, A voice trailed off, a broken melody, as if the words themselves were too heavy for her to speak. Marcus's face twisted with a storm of emotions. Marcus's gaze shifted to Melody's friends. How free they seemed in his house, yet now they were silent, exchanging uneasy glances, unsure of what to do. The tension was palpable, their confidence wavering under his stern look. When Marcus's voice cut through the silence,
"Olo, come out!"
They didn't hesitate. In an instant they scrambled to leave, the authority in his tone leaving no room for defiance. And in a flash, Melody's crew bolted, their laughter snuffed out by a gust of fear. They scattered, leaving only the echo of their hasty retreat against the charged Jamaican backdrop where the tension hung as thick as the tropical heat.
Marcus, I never meant to.